Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included. Today we are hopefully going to be getting our power generation from coal started up, which is going to make a really big difference in terms of keeping all of our devices running all the time, because power is something we're struggling with a little bit at the moment, and I think this should really help out. So let's go ahead and keep an eye. Oh, it looks like our research just finished actually, so let's go ahead and start placing down our coal generators. Or actually before that even, we're going to get some power running down to here. And make sure that's prioritized properly, because we need all of these wires for the coal generators. And then the generators can go one here, and I think two should be good to just to start out with. We'll wire them up like that. And I am a little concerned. I'm going to close this door off, I think. Well, I don't know about if I should close the door off or not. I'm a little worried about carbon dioxide generation getting out of hand here. Or carbon dioxide, and I think this might produce polluted oxygen as well. But I think we're okay, because we do have these two guys here. I think that this should be able to manage what we produce. We'll have to keep an eye on this, for sure. But for now, I'm content to put these in and just see how it goes. We'll play it by ear. Let's put a priority 9 on the first one, just to get it up and running. And we'll want to put a priority of like 7 or so on the generators themselves, just to make sure people are keeping them loaded with coal. But I know these produce a lot of carbon dioxide, so this will be putting our air scrubber to work. Fortunately, it looks like we're doing very well with our 3 pumps. I'm not too concerned at all with keeping everything looking nice. We should probably consider trying to get some more oxygen flow going though soon. Right now my plan is once we get more power up and running, that should help us deal with the food issue. Then once the food issue is dealt with, we can take a look at getting things started on getting some more power and more oxygen through water generation, because we're going to need to expand out this pump very soon. But we'll use that for additional oxygen. We can get an electrolyzer, which is great. Looks like we are doing a good job keeping all this stuff farmed, all the meal lice and stuff, although nobody is actually working on producing lice loaf. I wish they would, rather than just eating the meal lice. It's a little bit more efficient. I'm going to put that up to a 7. And also the coal generator, this is going to be an 8, and this wire should be a 9, I thought, but I guess not. Electrical wire 9. Yes, let's get this first one running, you guys, because once it is going, we should have some more options. Why are you puking? We worked so hard to get all of the polluted water off the ground. Frivaldo, you son of a bitch. Stop. There's food. He's stress vomiting. Well, once we get this food shortage taken care of, I'm hoping that stress levels are going to decrease a bit. But also, once we get the power fucking going, we'll be able to start running a couple more of these massage tables if we want, which should help these duplicants to be able to de-stress themselves, which would be really nice. I'm not going to take another duplicant in at the moment since we're hurting on food. In fact, this is driving me crazy. No, thank you. Go away. Are you guys going to mop soon? We have power generating from the coal generator, you guys. It's huge. Oh, that makes me so happy. Let's bring these down to 5s then. This will allow us to focus on trying to get some of this other stuff worked on. And really, rather than the coal generators and stuff having priorities, I should really set priorities on like the algae deoxidizers and stuff. That way they'll make sure there's always power for them. But at the moment, beggars can't be choosers. We just need to try and get the colony running. It's nice to see we actually occasionally have food in the storage bins. It's a nice change of pace from what we've been dealing with. That is a sign that things are not as bad as they could be. Also, we could expand this out here and do another whole side of this mealwood farm, because I'm wondering kind of if part of the problem is that we're just not generating nearly enough, if we just need to have way more stuff being produced. But for now, it looks like we have tons of coal loaded up in here. We are actually producing a good amount of oxygen. They're keeping up with the mopping for once, which is good. And it looks like, too, the carbon dioxide being produced here is being pulled directly into the air scrubber, which is great. Probably good to, well, it'd be good to clear this out, but it's not really a priority. Next priority is going to be, well, keeping all this mopped and then more research, I think. Although pushing this out isn't a bad idea either. We should probably get on that sooner rather than later. And if we do it right, we can just get all the water to flow right in here. Let's prioritize this to like a 9. Just because I want to get it taken care of. And I also want to see how far they're willing to walk. Because sometimes they won't go deep in water. Like, I'm not sure they'll come all the way over here. Because then we're going to build another ladder down, and we can do our move the pump down there instead. Will you go all the way through? I think they will. Yes, and now the water should just flow right down. Which means, sooner rather than later, we're going to need to build that pump. Which means we need to prioritize the shit out of this build. Alright. We're going to go ladder. This. Then pump. Where are you at? Liquid pump right there. And then we're gonna need that to be, this is priority 9. We really need this to happen immediately. Priority 9. And the liquid piping, this is priority 9. It's gonna come. Oop. That was terrible. Okay, how did I fuck that up so bad? Oh my god, what am I doing? Alright. Ladder goes here. Why is it not placing? Ladder goes here. Priority 9. Then we got the liquid plumbing. We need the pump right about here. That's not a pump. And then just pop that on there. And then we need power as well. We'll bring in the same way. Electrical wire. Grab this. Great. Okay. Sorry, that was entirely too stressful. Once we get a second pump down here, we can knock this one out, and this water should pretty much flow down. They'll take care of it on their own. Nice. Seeing the piping go in is very reassuring. I want to make sure that we have water generation and water available all the time, because we really don't want a repeat of our plumbing fiasco that we had recently. I'll be honest, I'm kind of tempted to just, like, from now on, just build heavy airlocking and always have outhouses, because that is so not worth it when they just, like, break because of stress, since they can't use the toilets. Plus, them using the bathroom everywhere is just like a stress nightmare. Just, like, builds and builds and builds on itself. Fred, stop. He's got insatiable anger, but there's no more food for him to eat. Haha, fuck you, Fred. That's what you get. Trying to eat all of our fucking food. Fortunately, power generation is making it through the night now, which is good, or seems to be. Yep, it does. Which means that this coal generator is really offloading a lot of the work, which is great. Also, they are hopefully going to have this second pump up, which means we can start working on getting an electrolyzer going, which is going to be great. I would like to start pushing air from other sides of the base down towards this central air scrubber, because I think that this thing can do a lot of work. You can see it's dealing with all this carbon dioxide as it's generated. Look at that, just wiped out a huge chunk of it. Here it goes, flows over, and then choom, gone. So nice. Be nice to deal with this carbon dioxide up here too, actually, now that we're not... let's open this. It's going to flow out and kind of spread, but it should eventually fall down the middle here. Oh, for crying out loud, you guys. Let's not start this up again. It's auto puking over here. It's his stress response. He's grimy. He's got sopping wet. Why aren't you guys using the shower more? This should deal with grimy hands. Travaldo knows. Maybe it's because they walk past this polluted dirt immediately. Shouldn't they be dealing with polluted dirt into here? This should be a priority 9. Anything that needs to go in here should be in here immediately. Yeah, that's part of the problem. Maybe I shouldn't have put the outhouse before the toilet. Okay. Looking good. Everything is moving. Second pump is not quite done, but almost there. Let's make sure all of this is prioritized properly. I always look on the wrong side there, sorry. It's not. That's why it's taking so long. Boom. Get that shit done. Lazy duplicants. And we're just about ready to get more duplicants, but we still have this food shortage, which needs to be dealt with. Lice loaf, hey, he ate it, but it's not stress eating, which is nice. He's just hungry. Microbe musher. It looks like they're still not quite prioritizing this stuff as much as I'd like. Maybe bump these up to an 8, but it's probably just because I have this task that's going to take everybody working together to get done. This is my biggest concern. Are they going to actually build this pump down here? I had a reservoir that had some pretty massive issues. Sorry about that. Screen blacked for a second. I had a reservoir that had some pretty massive issues the other day where they wouldn't finish constructing it because it was like too far away, I think, from there, and I ended up having to build like a ladder across the top and down. It was weird. There we go, though. Liquid pump is now running. Fantastic. Okay, we are back up with plumbing and everything. Let's just check and see that water's flowing. Looks good. And that means we can deconstruct this one. It's not doing anything for us. And then also, that should mean that we should be probably good now to start looking at producing oxygen with our electrolyzer, which I think is actually going to make a pretty damn big difference in terms of like total oxygen volume being pushed. To the point where I kind of want to try it out somewhere like down here where there's not a ton of oxygen. I think let's deconstruct this because it's doing jack all. And in its place, we're going to plop down an electrolyzer. And this is also a pretty nice location because we should have water and electric piping / wires right nearby. So I'm hoping that will assist us with this too. Let's see, electrical wire. That'll make this easy to implement. Pop, and then plumbing. Does this only need a liquid intake? That's nice. Boom. Great. And hopefully they will prioritize this. They're actually taking care of it. I don't know if we even need to set this to priority 9. Looks like we have actually got most of our stuff prioritized properly at this point. Producing food. We still have a food shortage. I think next step, once we get this next oxygen pump online, is going to be to expand the farm, because this is problematic that we still are hurting so bad on mealwood. Do we have just a ton of it, I bet? We probably do. So we will do that next. Okay, great. The electrolyzer is running. It is now pumping oxygen. It's also producing hydrogen, which is unbreathable. That's concerning. Hold up. Electrolyzer produces a steady supply of oxygen using piped-in water. Where the hell is this hydrogen coming from? Is that coming from like up here somewhere or something? Hydrogen? Hydrogen? How the hell am I supposed to deal with this unbreathable hydrogen? Fuck this thing. What is it? I'm so confused. Is something here producing hydrogen? No, it didn't say anything about a byproduct of hydrogen. Energy, power consumers, that doesn't matter to me. Power generators, that's great. Info, max gas pressure. Doesn't say anything about hydrogen. I don't know where this hydrogen's coming from. Is it coming from down here? That's weird. I don't think I've ever actually had to deal with hydrogen yet. That worries me a bit. It's got to be coming from this electrolyzer, right? Keep an eye on that. Hope it does not get out of hand. Do we have any way to deal with hydrogen at the moment? No. Refinement, oxygen, maybe. Algae, carbon dioxide, oxygen, carbon dioxide. All right, let's take a look at our research here and see if there's anything that can deal with hydrogen before this gets crazy. Because I'm kind of terrified right now. Converts hydrogen into electricity. Oh, interesting. So maybe that's what I want. How do you harvest it, though? Oh, that's where I'm going to have to start dealing with, like, air ducts and air filtration. It's probably about time anyways. It's gas piping. Let's start researching basic gas piping, and maybe we can take a look at it. This is something I have no experience with, so you guys will be learning it with me if we do decide to take a look. However, before that, let's get this taken care of. I keep talking about the food shortage on and on and on, and about how we're going to deal with it eventually. Let's just nip this thing in the bud. Tired of waiting. Pop this here, because sooner or later, it's going to be a real problem. And I want to be able to add more duplicants to our colony here. Prioritize this all to a 9. And once that's done, we're going to have some more minerals, but also, more importantly, we're going to have some more plants. Probably going to want another algae deoxidizer in the other one. It's kind of hard to say. I'm hoping this will deal with most of that. Man, that hydrogen makes me a little nervous. Feel like maybe I should I almost feel like I should close the airlock, but the whole point of it is to push more oxygen, so I'll hold off. We're out of algae again. Okay, so we need to open these airlocks to make sure that oxygen is flowing. Out of algae, that is really not good. Where can we farm some more? I've kind of exhausted our easiest supplies. What we'll want to do then instead is come in from this side, knock that out. If I do that, then I'm not going to be able to walk there. That's problematic. We could go up this way and... Oh, this is the obvious. Let's just extend our ladder, put a tile here, knock this out, and then we'll just go up from here and we'll mine out the rest. Also, let's make sure that we are not letting this happen. Whew, look at all of that hydrogen, you guys. That is gotta be coming from our electrolyzer. I might have to do some research between episodes to try and figure out what to do about this hydrogen. But for now, we're kind of okay. They've cleared out this whole area for us. We're gonna need to get down some planters, except for this back corner, which I'll probably want to put in another algae thing. Holy God, they are just puking everywhere. Stop puking everywhere. Is the plumbing broken again? Did I break the plumbing? No, the plumbing looks fantastic. If anything, there's not enough stuff flowing out. What are they doing with the water? This polluted water. They're using it for food generation, aren't they? It's weird that they're like harvesting it instead of and delivering it instead of just mopping it. I'm gonna bring the microbe musher down to a 6. See if that'll make them mop it. 5? They're delivering it to there. Mop, you fucking assholes. Mop. 9. Mop. Mop. I don't know if it reprioritizes when you click and drag again, but it seems to. And now it's nighttime. Oh, for fuck's sake. This colony is goddamn joke. Spend all day bitching about how they need to mop, and then they don't mop. Also, oxygen generation is becoming a problem again because this still hasn't been set to stay open. These are tough times, you guys. There's a couple of key innovations we're going to need to help deal with all this. In particular, a way to deal with hydrogen, though at the moment I think we're okay. The bigger concern now is I thought this would produce a lot more oxygen. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little disappointed. Yeah, you can see oxygen, hydrogen, oxygen, hydrogen. I thought this is just supposed to output oxygen. That really makes me mad that it also outputs hydrogen. I guess it makes sense. I mean, who am I kidding? You're taking water, you're electrolyzing it, you're stripping the hydrogen off of the oxygen, and suddenly you're left over with 2H2 and an O. So I guess it makes sense that we have all this excess hydrogen, but it still pisses me off. Mealwood, yes. I'm kind of surprised we don't have more. I guess these don't produce seeds as they are harvested. That's kind of stupid and annoying, but whatever. Let's get these plants built up. Try and increase the generation, although they're going to be stifled, I'm sure. Plant mealwood, copy settings. And, yeah. Gotta get this algae that I was pointing out before taken care of. Let's prioritize this to a 9. Give me that algae. Oh, this is part of the problem, huh? So does it overwrite it? It does overwrite it. That's good to know. If you change the priority and then drag the same task on top of itself, you do not need to cancel it first. All right, yes, we're so close. Algae, which means more oxygen, which we desperately need. Oh, thank God. Okay, boys. You know what to do. Yeah, look at that. Oxygen flow. Thank God. And hopefully we can get even more going from some of our other pumps. Yes, there we go. One there, and then I'd love to get this one going too. Actually, this one really doesn't need to run. It's not as important, but might as well. Fantastic. Okay, we have found a source of a little bit more algae that we desperately needed. Let's also knock this out. We might as well, and we'll replace this with just a little tile. Boop. Just some more algae. Ugh. So soon we're going to need to look into, there's a research that allows you to convert slime into algae. That will be our next go, because as you can see, we have plenty of slime at our disposal, but slime is a huge pain in the ass to deal with. We actually have a little bit saved up in here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we've got 1,500 kilograms of it, actually. So that'll be the next resource to figure out how to harvest to turn into more oxygen. For now, though, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as our base slowly fills with hydrogen. I know I did, but if so, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below so that I know. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.